How did a teacher's pet get completely owned? Veronica ran our AP chemistry class like her personal kingdom. She sat front row center, hand perpetually raised, correcting other students' answers with a condescending, actually. She'd email our teacher, Mr. Hoffman, study guides she'd made, which he'd then distribute to us, as if we couldn't make our own. Every test returned with her perfect score announced. Once again, Veronica has set the curve. She'd turn around, fake sympathetic smile plastered on, and offer to tutor anyone struggling, though her tutoring was just her gloating about how easy everything was. The worst was how she gate-kept Mr. Hoffman. Students needing help after class would find her already there, monopolizing his time with advanced questions from next year's curriculum. When told others needed help, she'd say they should have paid attention during class. Everything changed when Dimitri transferred from another school in April. Quiet kid, sat in the back, never raised his hand. But his first test came back perfect. So did his second. Veronica was furious, especially when Mr. Hoffman mentioned the class now had 2 top students. She tried befriending Dimitri, obviously wanting to eliminate competition. He politely declined her study group invitations. She pivoted to subtle sabotage, accidentally giving him wrong lab meeting times, hoarding reference materials. Dimitri never complained, just worked around her. Then came the announcement for the Sterling Award, a $10,000 scholarship given to our school's top science student. Veronica had been preparing for 3 years, had already written her acceptance speech. She constantly mentioned her guaranteed win to anyone listening. The competition required presenting original research. Veronica's project was about optimizing plant growth with different light wavelengths. She'd been working on it for months, brought her plants to class, made everyone admire her groundbreaking work. The night before presentations, disaster struck. All her plants died, every single one. She came in hysteric, accusing someone of poisoning them. Mr. Hoffman found salt in the soil, definitely sabotage. All eyes turned to Dimitri, the only real competition. Veronica gave her presentation anyway, using photos of her dead plants, explaining how jealousy had destroyed her work, but not her spirit. The judges looked sympathetic. She finished by staring directly at Dimitri, saying true scientists don't resort to destruction. Dimitri presented last. His project was about soil salination in agriculture, specifically how certain salt concentrations affect plant growth and how to reverse damage. He'd been working on it for 2 years, had detailed documentation from his previous school. Then he dropped the bomb. I noticed someone had accidentally contaminated Miss Veronica's plants with salt. Using my research, I was able to create a recovery solution. He pulled out a tray of perfectly healthy plants, Veronica's plants, saved and thriving. The room went silent. He explained how he'd noticed her plants dying a week ago, diagnosed salt poisoning, and had been secretly treating a control group he'd taken cuttings from, with her unknowing permission when she'd been showing them off. I didn't want to embarrass anyone by revealing the mistake publicly, he said, looking at Veronica. We all sometimes confuse salt and fertilizer when we're tired, but everyone knew. Veronica had sabotaged her own plants to frame Dimitri, not knowing he'd already taken samples for his own research. She'd been so eager to eliminate competition that she'd destroyed her own work. The security footage Mr. Hoffman pulled later confirmed it. Veronica, staying late, pouring salt into her plants, carefully disposing of evidence. Except she hadn't known about the new cameras installed over spring break. She lost everything in one day. The Sterling Award went to Dimitri. Her early admission to Princeton was revoked when they learned about the attempted frame job. The students she'd tormented for years suddenly felt free to express their real opinions. But Dimitri's revenge wasn't finished. At graduation, as salutatorian, Veronica had lost valedictorian due to receiving a 0 on the project. He gave a speech about collaboration over competition. He thanked Veronica specifically for teaching him the importance of documenting everything and keeping backup samples. Science progresses through shared knowledge, he said, not through sabotaging others. Though sometimes people sabotage themselves while trying to hurt others. Veronica sat in the audience, no longer special, no longer feared. Her parents, who'd been so proud of their exceptional daughter, learned she tried to frame an innocent student. Her full-ride scholarship evaporated, replaced with community college and a reputation that followed her everywhere. The last anyone heard, she was retaking chemistry at community college. Her professor, Mr. Hoffman's wife, who'd heard all about her from her husband. She made Veronica sit in the back, never called on her, and paired her with the struggling students she'd once mocked. Dimitri went to MIT. His acceptance essay was about overcoming adversity and choosing kindness even when faced with sabotage. He never named Veronica, but everyone who knew the story understood.